Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Remember11, The Age of Infinity. Last time we learned a bit more about Inabushi Keiko and the whole way that her illness is determined, diagnosed, that sort of thing. And we're just going to see about reviewing the case and seeing, I guess, if everything matches up. We're going to review it. I kind of left it on a cliffhanger, but yeah. Review it. Review it. I bet it'll be a 9 out of 10. The illness is, simply put, an illness where the birth of another personality not present when the person was born occurs. There are differing opinions as to the cause, but they say that being exposed to ill treatment during the development of the ego before the age of 12 is the root cause. Okay. Children can easily construct imaginary personalities in a way that resembles autosuggestion. If abused by their parents, they will seal the memories of their pain, anger, and fear within the imaginary personality in order to relieve the pain of the trauma they suffered. In other words, they protect themselves by thinking that the one being abused isn't them, but a different imaginary self. But the abused personality was also originally part of the self, so it's necessary to accept those memories as their own. However, the pain and suffering inflicted on the other personality is hard for the main personality to accept. Because of that, the main personality chooses to hold the memories of suffering inside the other self. They are not able to become one, and therefore a separate independent personality is brought into existence. The inability to combine their memories into one, to the point of forcing themselves apart into separate identities, that is dissociative identity disorder. At first, Inabushi Keiko's DID was thought to have stemmed from early childhood abuse. With that in mind, a thorough investigation was done by a leading psychologist. However, because Inabushi's Keiko was already deceased, there was no way to confirm the occurrence of childhood abuse as definite. In addition to her DID, due to confirmation that she was suffering from borderline personality disorder as well as her fragmented testimony, it is widely assumed that she had been the victim of childhood abuse. Oh my, 6 pages, awesome. Oh, okay, I was wondering, why are they starting with the word alias? Okay, alias, ambulatory schizophrenia, pre-schizophrenia, schizotypal disorder. Wow, that one I butchered badly. I like how you guys are getting to have fun hearing me completely do badly at pronouncing these words and phrases. Hope you're getting a kick out of that. For a patient to be diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, they must display symptoms matching 5 or more of the following criteria. Inability to distinguish fantasy from reality. A pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships. Identity disturbance, markedly, persistently unstable self-image or sense of self. Oh my gosh. 5 or more of them, okay. Should say. I think I'm mathematically capable of knowing that 10 is more than 5. Feelings of disconnection from reality, recurrent suicidal behavior, gestures, threats, or self-injuring behavior, chronic feelings of emptiness, marked affective instability due to a marked reactivity of mood, inappropriate anger or difficulty in controlling anger, transient stress-related paranoid ideation, delusions, or severe dissociative symptoms, frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. Now they're putting a lot of effort into telling you about a lot of this stuff, ain't they? I guess, well, I mean, it does play a big part in it, already, but I guess it's integral to the plot to know some of this stuff. So I'm betting that it isn't just to do with Hattori or Keiko, however you want to call her. It's got to be something to do with everybody, or the main characters anyway. Kokoro and Satoru. Additionally, impulsivity in at least 2 areas that may be self-damaging, including impulsive spending, promiscuous sex, substance abuse, reckless driving, binge eating, are observed. A borderline personality disorder sufferers. That's a lot of ers. A borderline personality disorder sufferers personal relationship, self-image, emotional stability, and particularly indulgence in impulsive acts are heavily influenced and impaired by the disorder. The onset of symptoms is typically occurring during adolescence or young adulthood. Though said to be severe impairment to normal life, man, these are a lot of words and syllables to spit out. Said to be a severe impairment to normal life, relatively few of the symptoms are detected by most people. It is characterized by fluctuating emotional states and abnormal outbursts of anger or violence. Furthermore, many sufferers show frantic attempts to avoid abandonment. This feeling often manifests itself in the form of self-harm behavior. Sufferers often report having a foggy mental state, being unable to perceive things clearly, or feeling as if they will go to pieces, as well as feeling lost and unsure of their own identity. Moreover, many say that this feeling of having no self-control is what leads them to start self-injuring. Man, we're ending it with a full page. Individuals with borderline personality disorder tend to view the world in black and white, with all people viewed strictly as either enemy or ally. If they think an ally is in danger of leaving them, many individuals will become anxious and deliberately harm themselves or otherwise cause trouble in an effort to get the ally to stay. However, it is important to remember that the individual is not doing these things because they want to, and as with many other similar illnesses of the heart, their behavior does not reflect their true personality. Okay. You guys got all that? It was said that Inubushi Keiko possessed a total of 11 personalities. Wow. There was that movie, crap. I don't remember a lot about it. It has John Cusack, is that the guy's name in it? Happens in a hotel or motel or something. It has to do with multiple personalities. Can't remember the exact plot though. I remember thinking it was okay. But not the best movie. Probably wasn't that good if I were to watch it again, but I can't remember what it was. But it seemed like 11 had something to do with it. Random thoughts from Random Shook. For sake of convenience, her alternate personalities have been alphabetized and assigned letters from A to J. Okay. Of course, each of her personalities were given proper names, or so it seems. I was fixing to say, it's rather impersonal. So, which one is it today? Is it A, B, C? Which one was it? It'd be crazy if J wound up being thought that she was a secret, not agent, but a secret undercover person from the government who tracked down aliens, and she'd like pop on sunshades, and she would be very smart alecky. That'd be very strange and amusing. I say it seems because those names were not recorded anywhere in the file. However, the doctors had also given her common names for each of the 11 personalities from A to K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, J, K, L, M. Okay, so M. Oh my gosh. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Wow. I left I out there. You know, they say there's no I in alphabets. It's so bad. I was an English major. Is that bad? Forgot the letter I in the alphabet. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna assume that it's K as the last one. There's 5, and then F, G, H. You know, I don't care. Make fun of me all you want, though. This was because when the doctors asked for her name, the dissociative disorder would advance and her condition would deteriorate. I guess that makes sense. In addition to calling them A through K for convenience, the doctors created nicknames which they used like a code among themselves. Then I continued to think about these common names. Let's see, aside from the original Inabushi Keiko, who is K. Oh, so they not only they gave her names by the letter. Hattori. Okay. Other 10 from A to J are widely different from the original in terms of personality. For example, C is a child. The nickname given to him by the doctor was Childhood. Wow. What a great nickname. This was an innocent but extremely quick to cry 6-year-old boy. D is a melancholy young man. His nickname was Darkness. Right. Hey, what's up, Darkness? Are you feeling melancholic today? Hopefully that's not what they say. He tended to shut himself up and would try to hurt himself if you took your eyes off him. F was a woman in her late 20s. Her nickname was Frau. Extraordinarily lewd, it seems she even seduced the doctor who was examining her. Wow. And then the personality called J. It appears that this one is the personality of the murderous monster. Okay, well, not trying to be Will Smith then. It is. Doctors refer to this shadow side as Jack. Really, Jack? That's creative. I've never heard of a word Jack used to describe a killer. Yeah. Pretty clever album. It's most likely a trivial reference to Jack the Ripper. Okay. Similar to Inabushi Keiko, a 17-year-old at the time of the incident woman, but possessing strong destructive urges and sadistic hobbies. Not hobbits, though. Just hobbies. In other words, she derived pleasure from the act of murder. According to the file, Jay had appeared while Inabushi was being held in an examination room where she snatched up a pair of scissors and murdered the doctor. It was also judged that the Awazumi serial murders were committed by Jay. I would hope so. The original personality of Inabushi Keiko was unable to stop the violence of Jay. Because of that, in accordance with Article 39 of the Criminal Code, Inabushi Keiko was judged to be of unsound mind and was pardoned. But other personality known as Suzukage Hattori was included as one of the 11 inside Inabushi Keiko. The H personality. A girl with a shy and calm character, age 19. She had a fondness for listening to music, so her given nickname was Hummingbird. H. Hattori. Is this the personality of Suzukage Hattori? Of course, there is the possibility that Suzukage Hattori is an unknown 12th personality. In any case, I'm convinced that Hattori is another personality within Inabushi Keiko. My reason was... Oops. Hattori told me herself, didn't she? Cold, dark, locked up all alone. Red room, enter. Those are perfectly consistent with the feelings expressed by other people with DID. I remembered Hattori's face, unable to even conceive of such a thing as killing 12 innocent people. A girl wearing a worried smile. I was convinced, and at the same time I felt that I had to focus more clearly. I can't confirm anything because of Hattori's condition yet, but If she is another DID personality, then behind her lurks Inabushi Keiko, the personality of a murderous monster. Or J. They didn't. Wait, what did they say J stood for? Or did they? Jack. Yeah, duh. You know that witty comment I tried to make a minute ago and was pretty silly? Yeah, that. Muttering that as though to convince myself to close the file. Yeah, what's his connection with this? Because that's something I'm curious about, because he was reading it pretty intensely from what I remember before. Amogi was standing in front of me holding a cup with something steaming inside. A mischievous smile rose to my face as I reached for the cup. I thanked them as I accepted it. Instantly, Yomogi's expression made a complete change. It seems like he didn't want to chat about such matters. Perplexed, I gave a reply. Yomogi lit a cigarette as he sat in front of me. Blowing out smoke with a face that looked like he was enjoying the flavor. Yomogi followed the rising tobacco smoke with his eyes. I took a sip of the coffee. Because I had been absorbed in looking at the file, it seemed that my body had gotten colder. A coffee spread warmth throughout my stomach. Yomogi started talking again all of a sudden. Sure. Was he being a little inarticulate, or was it just my imagination? He's connected with it somehow. Perhaps one of his, someone part of his family was killed in that incident. Or maybe he's Keiko's father. That would be quite the twist. I mean, he said something about her mother was deceased, but didn't say anything about her dad, so that would be a possibility. Possibly. No, unlikely, but possibly. Yomogi inquired, keeping his eyes on the stove. How should I answer? The seminar teacher had given me this file as a favor. Normally the contents of documents like this were confidential. I was hesitating over whether to reveal more detailed content or not, so I decided to only talk about the parts that I thought would be okay to reveal. Yomogi spoke in an unexpectedly forceful tone. Okay. I don't think it's her father. Yeah, it sounds like something that one of the family members of a victim would say. Yeah, that's what I was thinking to begin with, and then the dad thing popped up, but I don't think it. Yeah, that's a tone that wouldn't be of that. What was he trying to say? Yomogi may have felt that he was confusing me as he hesitated and then shrugged his shoulders. Tossing his cigarette into the stove, he lowered his voice and continued.
27人もの遺体を見ただろう。ちょっとナーバスになっちゃってさ。
Yomogi scratched his head embarrassedly. Certainly seeing that crash sight would be enough to make you really think about life. It would change how a person views life and death. I became a bit confused myself as well. Yomogi may have seemed calm at the time, but he may have only been desperately trying to bear it. While flipping through the file quickly, I had to decide how to reply to Yomogi. We're going to make a decision in the next episode. I think I know the decision I'll make. Yeah, I'm going to say what I truly felt. And I'm going to hope that that'll cue him in to give more information about why he wants to know so bad. Now, like I said, I've got the feeling he's a family member of somebody, one of the people who died there. It's definitely the attitude he's putting out. This person killed a family member of mine, but they're protected. Why? You know, justice, you know, that would be something that would be a very appropriate thing to want. I don't know if he's thinking about revenge or anything like that. Doesn't completely strike me as that type of person. But it is very natural to want justice. And that would be something you'd wonder in a situation like that. So, that's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I could be wrong. It might have been what I said a minute ago. It might somehow be her dad. I don't think it is. Or he might just be really casually interested. Really casually interested. I'm casually just fanatic about this thing. You know, I go and I line up for days to just kind of shoot the breeze with people. You know, I'm not like, yeah, I don't like dress up as the characters or nothing. I just go stand in line. You know, just do it. But yeah, definitely curious. That's what I'm gonna hope he will tell. So we're gonna find that out in the next one. See you then, folks. Farewell.